Happy Motivational Monday, everybody. Come on in. Let's get busy. We got a little work to do here today, and I'm excited about Mondays. I love Mondays. Mondays are fresh beginnings. I love it. It's like New Year's for me. Every single Monday, I always say it's like New Year's Day. And I love it because it's a time to clear the decks and to start over. And speaking of clearing the decks, we are in the sprint. So come on in, let's see some folks. There's Courtney, she's eating her breakfast. Kimberly Gray's in the house. Here come my girls. We're busy and we have the sprint is starting today. So everybody who's in it, man, they're in it to win it. That's what we're about. And I'm double dog daring you to stay in it for all 7 days, okay? This is a little bit of a test of what you're made out of, which I think is important. I think we should always be challenging ourselves. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you. Cynthia is one of our big sharers. I really appreciate it. Wow, 18 hours of going for an intermittent fast with Kimberly Gray. And you know, I don't recommend this for everyone, but I recommend that you follow your hunger. And when you follow your hunger and you break your fast when it's time, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to heal those hunger hormones. Hi, Lily and Joanne. Happy afternoon and good morning for you on the West Coast. Hello, Gwen. Come on in. Let's keep going, everybody. So remember that song, Leaving It All on the Dance Floor? I don't even remember what that song was. I was going to look it up for you and everything, but it was like some 70s disco song. I left it all on the dance floor. Well, girls, I left it all on the weightlifting floor today. I am exhausted in a good way. It's such a good thing. And it got me to thinking about what our efforts are all about. When we put forth some really good effort, we get back a reward that's just pretty much intangible. And I'm going to be talking about that today because if we can do this for all 7 days, you stir inside of you something that you didn't even know existed. How's that for a Motivational Monday talk? We're going to be talking about that because this stuff is like really important and it's going to help you to connect the dots. There's Cassie. Cassie, I look for you every single day. Cassie's my lunchtime partner. And this is what keeps her accountable. She takes notes in her journal as she listens to these things. And listen, you know what? We all lose our motivation. We all need to be encouraged. And I'll tell you, you know what really helps to imprint all of this stuff on you is when you listen, when you write it out, and when you think about it. You know, this becomes a part of your meditational, becomes a part of the prefrontal cortex of your brain. You start thinking about this stuff on the regular. You know, it's not just like, oh, there she is, see you later, bye. No. Because if we want things to last, we have to keep going back and forth and back and forth. We need to create new Oregon trails in our brains, right? We have to do that. That's who we're about. So come on in, let's get busy. We've got a few people here. Hi, Donna. Donna from Alaska is here. She's in the house as well. I'd love to see you guys show up. And speaking of that, you know, when you share, you care. And I have so many people. I've got written down all you ladies who share. And I appreciate it. You know what happens when you share? You bring other people in who are in the same struggle place. I want to get everybody off the struggle bus. It's crazy. We don't need to be on the struggle bus anymore. You know where we need to be? We need to be on the place where we're making a difference for ourselves, for our communities, for our families, and that we can feel it. We can see it. We are experiencing it, and life is different. That's what we do when we sprint. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you are fueling your life, and your fuel begins with food, right? It also begins with the stuff that you're feeding your brain. That's why you're here. I'm helping to feed your brain. I can't cook for you. I can't make you lunch, but I can give you something to think about. And I do this myself. I have a coach. I'm constantly listening to things. I'm constantly reading things. I write stuff out in my journal myself. I practice what I preach. And the reason that I do this makes me better. It makes me a more evolved human being, and it makes me feel good about the efforts that I'm putting forth in this world. You know what happens if we don't? Then everything's on automatic pilot, and it's like, you know, is that all there is to our lives? Is that it? I don't want that for you. I want more. This is what Full Bloom is all about, our event in April. And by the way, that's cut off. So sorry about that if that was something that you were considering. Maybe next year. So let's get some business out of the way as you all start rolling in here. First of all, what am I drinking? I drink every day. I drink hot milk mix. This is it. Hot milk mix is amazing. It's electrolytes. It is MCT oil and it's exogenous ketones, all on steroids, and it makes such a difference in the way you feel. If you're changing over from being a sugar burner, in other words, you've eaten a lot of carbohydrates, you're trying to get off the junk and all of that, into a fat burner because, you know, you're joining us on the sprint, there's a transition, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can be ugly. You know, have you ever had the carb flu, the low carb flu? Oh, it does almost feel like the flu. It's not, it's just your body is transitioning fuel systems. Hot milk mix puts that at bay and it helps you to feel better. So that's a good thing. The other thing is this little mug. Mindful mug helps you to stay mindful. And if you're in the sprint, you'll see I have a whole thing on what a mindful mug is. This one just happens to be named Mindful Mug. You can win this, not this Friday, but the next, simply by sharing these videos. You share them publicly, you say a little something about them, and then I get my little list, I go through and pick a winner. How fun is that? I love stuff like that. You can also get this if you buy $250 worth of supplements on our store, which is easy to do because you can stock up like a crazy lady. Nothing wrong with stocking up, right? Strongly suggest you do that. And don't forget, we are transitioning into it with our new manufacturer. So some things may run out. Be flexible, change things up a little bit. And I will tell you something that it makes all the difference in the world, having all those supplements. These supplements are on for your benefit. They work. I use them every single day. As a matter of fact, around here somewhere I've got my little cup of supplements that I'm getting ready to take. This week you get free shipping if you buy our Proactive Probiotic. I just want to say a word about probiotics. This is a tool. This is a wellness tool that everybody should be on. Everybody should be taking a probiotic. You know what I do? I take mine at night because sometimes it makes my stomach a little weird because I'm super sensitive. But at night, this is when all the healing is happening. This is when all the reconstruction is happening. You throw a probiotic in there and you are giving your gut something. You are helping your gut. You are putting in the good guys because they get destroyed daily with our stress, with the food we eat, with all of it. And we always need to be supplanting the good guys in there. There's a war in your gut. Did you know that? There is an actual war going on in your gut. I mean, they don't have weapons. They do. I mean, they wipe each other out. They wipe there's the good guys and there's the bad guys. We want to help the good guys. The good guys are what give us a good, healthy gut. It helps us with our digestion. It helps us when we poop. Let's just talk about poop for half a second. Without probiotics, you don't have that advantage. And I'm going to tell you something else. Your immune system, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. The more you help your gut, the more you help your immune system. The more you help your immune system, do I need to say coronavirus? Hello. Sincerely. The people who are getting sick with this, you know, are the people, I mean, yeah, you're going to get sick. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about that. But let's just say, let's keep our immunity up. We keep our immunity up by healing our gut. 70% of your immune system is in your gut. How do you like that? So let's keep that in mind. Now, the next thing that you need to know, so don't forget, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm talking coronavirus and then I sneeze. Sorry, you guys. I don't have it. The Proactive Probiotic, when you put this in your cart, you automatically get free shipping, okay? Free shipping. You can put all kinds of things in your cart. And if you put this in your cart, get $250 in your cart as well. You'll also not only get free shipping, you'll get a Mindful Mug. That's how we roll, man. We are that fun. Thank you. Everybody's blessing me. I appreciate that. I didn't know where that came from. Good grief. Yes. Marianne's asking, do you have to take fiber mender and get lean probiotic at the same time for it to work? Not at the same time, on the same day. Okay? There's Amy. Hi, Amy. So you've got all the details, right? Is anybody here who isn't a sprinter that wants to be? Just go to savingdinner.com, get the document. Trust me, you'll want this. Here's our quote of the week. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you want to become. I love that. That's good, Steve. That's Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. Your heart and intuition know what to come. That, your heart, your beautiful self, houses your heart, your intuition, your knowing. All of the things, all of that stuff that's inside of you that, unfortunately, so many times we don't rely on. We dismiss and we say, oh, well, you know, and just this once time, I'm going to go ahead and do this. When your intuition and your knowing, underdeveloped and screaming at you, but you can't hear, is saying, listen to me. I won't guide you wrong. This is our own inner nutritional guru resides in that same place as the beautiful self. And just hear me for half a second. If we can develop this beautiful self, this part of us that is just, like I said, been dismissed and ignored for so many years, then we're going to get off the carousel of crazy. We're going to start affecting a change in our lives that it will be like a personal tsunami. This is the truth. This is the thing that we can do when we start becoming ardent listeners of ourselves. And we start understanding that we don't steer ourselves wrong. We don't take ourselves down the wrong path. I want you to think about that for a while. You know, think about that next time you're sitting in the bathtub or whatever, and think about the times that you ignored your intuition and you were right. You should have listened. And think about the times that you said, you know, this is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to maybe make me uncomfortable, but I'm going to listen to my intuition, and you are 100% on target. How many times has that happened to you? I can't even tell you how many times that has happened to me. But so many times, what do? We go to the easy place. We go to the thing that's not going to create the conflict, that's not going to create the discomfort, and we ignore ourselves. And so that voice that's inside, the intuition, the knowing, our God, everything that's inside of us gets squashed, gets put away, and gets ignored. So it's important that we bring in and understand that our knowing, our intuition is a beautiful thing, and it's not gonna steer you wrong. Somehow it knows what you want to become. All right, so for today, I'm just gonna, you know, we are starting with, and if you're in the sprint group, you saw my little good morning this morning. I gave you a nice panoramic view of the Blue Ridge Mountains that I look at. And I was having my coffee and I thought, this is a gorgeous view, and I wanted to share it with you. So I shared it with you in that sprint group and just said, good morning and get ready. Here we go. It's sprint day. And because it is sprint day this whole week, I'm going to be really focusing on staying the course. Because as we stay the course, this is motivational. There is a cycle that happens with it. The more you stay with it, the better you do with it. The better you do with it, the more you're going to stay with it. Do you see? Are you pedaling faster? I sure am. And I invite you into the place of doing this wholeheartedly. When we do it wholeheartedly, giving it our all, every single thing that we do becomes on purpose. When we set our phones on our alarms to get the water in, you know, that signals it's time for us to start drinking some water, or signals that it's time to get up off our butts and go do a couple of flights of stairs. Whatever it is, if we are proactively involved in the sprint and everything that's a part of it, if we study this, if we pretend for a minute that we're having a 7-day countdown until wedding day. And I often use this whole analogy of wedding days because a lot of us have been married, right? And we know that getting ready for a wedding day, that's serious because you can't fake it. on wedding day, you've got to get ready, you've got to get in your dress, you've got to do you're it. You're the star of the show. And everything's got to be lined up. If it's not lined up, then the caterer's maybe not going to feed your people. That the bridesmaids won't show up, or the church won't be properly attired for your wedding. You know the whole thing. All the things. You are in it. Think about what those 7 days before your wedding's like. It's intense. You're thinking you've got a list of things to do, and you are in it. You're checking that list. You're checking it twice. You're making phone calls. You're doing everything that you need to do in order to pull this off. I'm saying do the same thing here. You've got 7 days. This is your first day of the sprint. And this first day of the sprint, and we do it once a month, right? You can start this at any time, but we do it as a group, today, we start today. But the point is this: every time that you're really fully present and cooperating and doing the things that need to do, you're heating your soup up, you're making your salad, you're making your dressing, you're following a sprint recipe, or whatever it is that you're doing. And then at the very end of it, every single day you're into it, you're hydrating the way you're supposed to, you're even getting up and you're meditating, you're writing in your journal, you're writing everything down. You've got your weight written down, you've got your measurements written down, which you should have taken this morning, by the way. And you are anticipating that at the end of this 7 days, it's your big day. It's your big day. It's going to be Monday morning. You're going to get on the scale. You're going to see a difference. You're going to get that tape measure out. You're going to see a difference, and you're going to be coming into the sprint group ecstatic to report your results. Pictures even, whatever it is that you're going to tell me. And I'm going to just say this, that this is the way you get those results, because you're in it wholeheartedly. You can't half-ass this kind of stuff. If you are wanting results, then do it. Do the program. Don't just say, oh yeah, whatever, I know, I get whatever. We do that a lot, don't we? I do. Guilty. But I am encouraging you to really dig hard and get in it. It might require something more out of you than you ever knew that you didn't have to think about. Because how many times have you mindlessly sat on the couch watching Netflix, watching HBO, watching whatever, just shoveling whatever into your mouth, And then not even realizing it's over until you see your orange Cheetoed fingers, How many times do we do that? And I see this all the time because we do things mindlessly. And I'm inviting you into the mindful place of wholeheartedly grabbing this sprint with both hands and making it work for you. This will work for anything, but I'm just asking for 7 days right now. Just give me 7 days. 7 days. 7 days to change your life. 7 days to change your food. 7 days to change the inflammation that's in your body, to change your weight, to change your measurements, to change the way you think. That's what can happen in these 7 days. Because if you're not happy with where your life is right now, and that doesn't just mean genes or whatever, it can mean a lot of things. Then let's start doing things that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel encouraged, that make you feel supported, that make you feel like you have what it takes in order to do what you want in your life. This is important. Be present, be ready, be prepared. Have you noticed that? Being prepared, how it makes you feel? Being prepared makes you feel like you've got this thing under control. But not being prepared, doesn't that just make you feel really kind of wobbly inside? Like you just don't know what's going on and you're not quite sure about things? The difference between being prepared and being unprepared are just, 180 degrees. And I'm not talking about necessarily about the sprint. I'm talking about put yourself in your place, in a place where you felt 100% prepared. There was just not much more you could do. If you knew this program in and out, whatever it was, a presentation at work, something that you were doing with a friend, your wedding like we talked about earlier, feel that feeling of what it feels to be prepared. That's confidence right there, isn't it? Isn't it motivational? It's like, yeah, I got this, no worries, nobody needs to panic. Versus a time where you were completely unprepared, where you suddenly found yourself, maybe you were given a project and it was miscommunicated to you at work, and now you had to do this presentation. You had like 20 minutes to prepare for it, and you were just hoping against hope. The feeling inside of not being prepared. You know that one? What feeling do you want to connect with right now? For me, I like the feeling of being prepared. I like knowing that I know my stuff. I like knowing that I know what's next and that there's no surprises here. And that I've got this, I've got it 100%. I've prepared for it. I've done everything that is necessary that needs to be done. That's the perspective that I want you to come from. And that's why I say, read the dang document. Read it. Floor to ceiling. Get out your highlighter. Highlight it up. Because this document is a roadmap for success. It's your blueprint on exactly how to do this. And I'm telling you, after 7 days, you're mine. You're going to say, this is incredible, Leanne. Let's do this again. That's how incredible it is. But if you're present, if you're ready, and you're prepared, that's where the magic happens. And then use it as a countdown, right? So today is day 7. We're going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, all the way through. And I'm just going to give you a heads up right now. The weekend will be coming. You will have a Saturday and you will have a Sunday. And I'm assuming, of course, that you're working Monday through Friday and that you have a regular schedule. And then the weekend comes and it's time to rock your world, right? This is where the wine comes from. This is where going out to eat comes from. This is where all of this comes from. I want you to look at the countdown and go, yeah, I've got these 5 days. This is it. My plan for the weekend is this. And I want you to think about it. I want you to plan for it. I want you to talk to your spouse, your kids, or whatever, so that you can hold your ground for the full 7 days. I'm asking for 7 days. Those 2 days, you've got to get your event planning mind on for those, okay? Is that a deal? Pinkies? Pinky swear? Put your pinkies up if you're with me. That's what I want to see. I want to see some pinkies. I want to see you girls. I want to see you guys alive with this thing and just like so sold out that there's just nobody standing there. If they get in your way, you're going to mow them down. It's time. We're not going to do this. We're going to do this wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly means from here to there. So those weekends are going to come, and it's going to be Saturday morning, and you know what that means usually in your house. So a heads up to the people who are involved on your weekends. Tell them, and if it's just you and your cat, let your cat know. That's how we do it. Because you have to understand this. We are in this not to be perfect. We're in it for excellence. We're in it to do it excellently so that we can get the results. We get the results when we're excellent. And I'm telling you, too, that your effort is what is going to make for excellence. Again, wholeheartedly or half-assed. Your choice. Your choice. That's all I can say. If you are in it to win it, it's wholeheartedly. Monday through Sunday, because I want you getting up on Monday morning. I want you to see this right now. Just close your eyes and see it. Visualize it. First of all, you're laying in bed, right? You're laying in bed and your stomach feels lighter. Your stomach feels lighter. Maybe you've been weighing all week, maybe you haven't, but you haven't been measuring all week. And you're getting up and you're getting excited and you're saying to yourself, I did it. All 7 days. Effort every single day. Excellence every single day. Fully present, fully ready, fully prepared every single day. You hydrated, you did your HIIT training, you ate all those greens that I'm shoving down your throat. You did all of it. And you get up and you get your results and you are just absolutely ecstatic. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Do you have the vision in your head? That's your operating place. That's your place of operation. I want you to think about Monday morning. I want you to think about Monday morning, 7 days from now, feeling like $1,000,000. You put it all in. You left it all on the dance floor. You know, when we do this, we prove to ourselves how wonderful we feel with doing something like this. We prove to ourselves that it is worth all that effort. It is worth it to do this and to put everything that we've got into this 7-day program, this free 7-day program that we have. And I'm telling you, I have seen over and over and over and over again, people's lives change. And that can be yours too. If this is your first time at the sprint, if this is your first time, you get your pinky up, girl, and just get ready for excellence. You put your pinky up, you start your countdown. Today is day 7, okay? And we're gonna go all the way to day 1. Well, it's day 1, but whatever. I'm gonna count down backwards. That's how I work. It's just like liftoff. Think about that. Think about what that Monday is going to look like. That Monday morning, a week from today, is gonna be fantastic. And you are going to be absolutely jumping out of your skin. You're going to be so ecstatic. You are not going to be able to wait to share your results. That's what I want for you, because I want you to have that kind of liftoff in your life. That's how we make that kind of change. That's how we become the women that we want to be. We're living lives that we have wanted forever. How about that? Yvonne says, my life has changed. I'm seeing a lot of people. Kimberly was saying that it's like Christmas on Monday when she gets up after the sprint. That's exactly it. Anticipate it and know that it can be yours. But there's some required effort on your part, and that's, it's up to you. I will be here for you. I will be cheering you on, and every morning I'm probably going to be getting up and giving you a visual of what it looks like from my neck of the woods every day in the sprint group. But I can't do it for you. I can't make your soup, I can't make your salad, and I can't spoon feed you. But I will promise you this, I've got your back, and I will help you every step of the way. Just reach out, tell me you need something, tell me that you're faltering a little bit, that's fine. We all don't do things perfectly, but we can work toward excellence, and excellence is directly correlated with the effort that we put forth. So wholeheartedly or half-ass, your choice. I say you're going to go for wholehearted, right? Who's in it? Wholehearted. Isn't that, how do they make that little heart thing that people do? I don't know. You make a little heart, put a little heart out there, make a heart. And put your hand on your heart and tell yourself that you are in it, that you are going to wholeheartedly do this, okay? I want you to have everything that you want to have. I do. I want you to have the kind of life that you've always dreamt on having. You have to fuel your life, right? You can't do it when you're full of pain and full of anguish and beating yourself up constantly. You can't do it. You can't do it if you can't participate with the family. You can't do it if you're ducking out of family pictures. You can't do it if you're not going to be participating. You can't do it on the sidelines. It's time to get in the game. And I'm here with you. I'm going to hold your hand as best I can, but I'm also going to push you hard. So day 1 or day 7, however you want to do it, if you're counting down or counting up, this is the first day. And today we're going to go in it and we're going to crush the living heck out of this day. All right? I'll see you in the sprint group, guys. Peace. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you. Love you all. Bye-bye.